Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got our NBA predictions for December 2nd. Only 4 games on the NBA slate today. The big ones being the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics, as well as the Los Angeles Lakers going to Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And of course, the Lakers, again, didn't cover yesterday, but they found a way to win. We'll see if they can go to Minnesota as 6.5-point dogs and take down the Wolves. And folks, if you haven't yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily NBA predictions here on the channel. About an hour earlier today, we posted our college basketball 5 best bets on the channel as well. So go make sure to check that video out. Link is in the description down below. And make sure to hit that subscribe button again for more daily NBA predictions here on the channel. We are about 50 subscribers or less than 50 subscribers away from 20,000 here on the channel. So make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. As we get into our first game, of course, college basketball predictions posted earlier today. The UFC predictions posted yesterday with Kaya Sakura and Alexandre Pantoja for the UFC's Flyweight Championship from Las Vegas in UFC 310. Our first game of the day, of course, we go to Atlanta. We've got the Atlanta Hawks taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. Atlanta is a 9.5-point favorite in this basketball game, and I'd expect them to cover. Why? They are playing the worst team in the NBA right now. Maybe the Wizards, sure. But other than the Wizards, the Pelicans are the worst team in the league. So we are going to be taking, obviously, the Hawks to take care of business. They're getting 9.5 points. They should be able to get it done. New Orleans, again, we fade them every single day for good reason. They've lost 8 games in a row. I think. Probably more than 8 games. No, 8 games in a row they've lost. That's really bad. It's horrible. Their only wins, which is weird, they randomly beat Denver, they beat Indiana earlier this month, or November, I guess. But again, we can't consistently pick the New Orleans Pelicans until their guys are back. Brandon Ingram, not back. Zion Williamson, not back. Guys, are DeJounte Murray and CJ McCollum going to win a basketball game for the Pelicans? No. Are they going to keep it close to the Hawks? No. Atlanta is playing great basketball right now. Look at what the Hawks have been doing. Again, they've already clinched their group in the play-in tournament. Who cares? But still, Atlanta 10-11 this season, 3 straight wins back-to-back against Cleveland, and their last win over the Charlotte Hornets. Again, we say it every day, but it remains true. Trae Young has done a great job on this team, moving the ball, and again, getting it to that surrounding core that they have given him, and the better supporting cast that they have given him this season as well. Trae Young, of course, leads the NBA in assists so far this season, averaging 12 a game. I'd expect the Hawks to beat the Pelicans, not because just the Pelicans suck, which they do. I'm not going to dispute that. They're bad. But on top of that, the Hawks are the hottest team in basketball. So what's going to happen? Again, it's like the hydrogen bomb versus a baby. What's going to happen? That's, again, if you've seen that on the internet, you've seen it. If not, trust me, I'm not a psychopath. But again, what do you expect? The Hawks are going to have been not blowing teams out, but they've been beating teams. They beat the Cavs in back-to-back games by double digits. Now, logic, would assume that the Hawks would beat the Pelicans by double digits. They're getting 10.5 points in this basketball game. If they can do it against the Cavs, they can do it against the Pels, right? This is one, again, where logic just makes too much sense. Give them the Atlanta Hawks to win at home against New Orleans Pelicans, cover the spread easily. Trae Young and the guys should be able to get it done, again, against this very lowly G League-like New Orleans Pelicans team. Next up, we go to Boston. We've got the Boston Celtics taking on the Miami Heat. 2 of the top 6 currently in the Eastern Conference, of course, Boston and Miami. The Celtics are getting 10.5 points in this basketball game, like the Atlanta Hawks in the game we just saw previously, and I'd expect Boston to take care of business against the Miami Heat. I get it. Boston just lost yesterday to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs were able to win the rematch this season. Obviously, Cleveland lost the game in Boston, and they went to Cleveland, and the Cavs were able to get the job done. I don't really trust Miami to win anything, though, right now, especially after their loss yesterday against the Raptors. I mean, it's like, again, both these teams are coming off the second half of a back-to-back. So, again, Boston losing yesterday and Miami losing yesterday doesn't really, Boston losing honestly doesn't mean much. Miami losing means something. Why? Boston played Cleveland, Miami lost to the Raptors, and Miami, like Boston, was on the road yesterday, but now Miami's got to go back on the road again. That's why we like the Celtics in this basketball game. Miami, last night against the Raptors, Tyler Hero dropped 31, Bam Adebayo with 20 rebounds and 7 assists as well. But this Miami team is very just mediocre. They're just a mid squad, man. They're 9-9. Sure, of course, Miami's always going to, they're going to turn it up in the postseason. Great for them. But they are just a very mid basketball team right now. And sure, being a mid basketball team in the Eastern Conference right now gets you 6th in the East. I'm not joking. That's where Miami is. It's Cleveland, Boston, Orlando, New York, Milwaukee, and then the Heat. That's bad, but it is what it is. That's where they are right now. Boston, even with their loss against the Cavaliers, this is still one of the best teams in the NBA. Again, Jason Tatum right now, if you want to make an MVP leaderboard, Jason Tatum's probably in the top 5. Because, I mean, look what he's been doing this season. 29 points a game, 8.5 boards, 6 assists. He's been playing great basketball, and Jaylen Brown's been great for them as well. Kristaps Porzingis in the games that he's played has been good. Porzingis obviously has only played 3 so far this season, but he's put up 16, 21, and 21 in those 3 games. Rebounds have been there as well. The Celtics, again, they did lose to Cleveland yesterday, but again, and we got that game wrong. I'm not going to, shy away from that. I know I got that game wrong. But I think we're fine here with Boston. Again, I don't expect them to lose back-to-back games. They're at home in this one. Miami just lost to the Raptors, and the Celtics just lost to the Cavaliers. There's a big difference in that. And this game is at TD Garden in Boston as well. So we'd expect the Celtics to pick up the victory in this one. They're getting 10.5 points at home for this basketball game, and I think they will cover that easily. Again, Miami, just the definition of mediocre. That's all they are. Boston is an elite team. Miami is just another squad who is around 500, but being around 500 in the Eastern Conference puts you right where they are right now in 6th, which is crazy. Out of the play-in too. Give me the Boston Celtics to win this game at home. They will cover the 10.5 points against the Miami Heat. Let's go on to our next game. We go to Chicago, Illinois, and the United Center. We've got the Chicago Bulls taking on the Brooklyn Nets, and it is time, guys. It is time we go back to picking the boys from Brooklyn. Give me the Brooklyn Nets to win the basketball game here against the Chicago Bulls. Now, Zach LaVine, I saw the tweet the other day. Zach LaVine has broken the all-time franchise record for 3-pointers for the Chicago Bulls. Who is second? Actually, let's look this up. Bulls all-time 3-pointers. So, it's got to be Jordan. Jordan 6th? I mean, I get they didn't shoot 3s back then. It's LaVine, Kirk Heinrich, Kobe White, Ben Gordon, Scottie Pippen, Jordan Markkanen, Nikola Mirotic, Steve Kerr, Nikola Vucevic? That's their top 10? Just crazy. No, good on LaVine, but things like LaVine's been there for, 5 years? And he's already first? Now, I mean, again, immediately when I heard that stat, I was like, oh, why isn't it Jordan? Again, I get it. Jordan didn't shoot that many 3s, but Jordan played there for so long, and LaVine has double the amount of 3s of Michael Jordan. Again, makes sense, but just immediately when you see it, when you hear it, you think, that's not Jordan. Anyways, go on Zach LaVine. Regardless, the Bulls aren't very good. They're not. I want to believe in the Chicago Bulls. I do. But they've lost 3 of 4, and their only win in the last 4 games is the Washington Wizards. Lost to Memphis, lost to Orlando, lost to Boston. They've got guys who can score. The problem for Chicago, and the problem, again, with Zach LaVine and why he's not considered, I guess, an elite player in the NBA is because of the lack of defense. This team doesn't play good defense at all. Again, they have guys who can score. LaVine can score. Kobe White can score. Vucevic can score. Josh Giddey is a good facilitator, good point guard. None of those guys play exceptionally great defense. Vucevic, maybe. But other than that, that's why Patrick Williams plays big minutes, is because he's one of the only guys who can actually play defense in that starting lineup. Or, he does start some of the games that, Actually, Patrick Williams has started every single game he's played this season. But that's the thing with the Bulls. Again, they can shoot, they can score, they can't play defense. That's a problem. That's not sustainable. And for the Brooklyn Nets, guys, this is a team that's going to score and score a lot. I get it. Again, Cam Thomas is out. Schroeder's back, though, and they're slowly getting their guys back from injury. Schroeder should play. Cameron Johnson should play. DFS should play. Claxton's going to play. Ben Simmons should play. Zaire Williams should play. These guys are coming back, and Brooklyn should be fine. Again, we've taken the Nets so many times at plus money, and we're going to continue to do that here. They're 9-12 in the season. I get it. They've lost 2 in a row, but now they get everybody back. And again, when Cam Thomas comes back in 3 weeks, they're going to be much better. But still, this team without Cam Thomas can still beat a team like the Chicago Bulls, because the Chicago Bulls suck. They can't play defense. So this is going to be a shootout. Take the over on this game, but I expect the Brooklyn Nets just to be able to score more. Expect a lot of shooting, kind of like that Nuggets-Clippers game last night. I'm taking Brooklyn to win a shootout here. And I think, again, if you don't want to take the money line, take the plus 6.5. That's a lot of points for a Brooklyn team that has been able to stay in basketball games all year long. Give me Brooklyn in Chicago to cover the 6.5 points. I'm taking them to win outright, but again, you can take the spread if you want. Let's go on to our final game. Oh, goodness. Okay. The Los Angeles Lakers. They're 6.5 point dogs in this game. Yes, we're doing it. Yeah, I know. We're picking the Lakers. Hear me out, guys. Minnesota still has not been all that incredible. They've won 1 of 5 games. It's the Clippers. Last Friday. They haven't played him, not play over the weekend. The only time they played the Lakers this season, they lost. I'm just saying. Guys, The Lakers, I know they're not great. I completely understand that. The Lakers, they beat the Jazz by 1 point. It's been horrible recently, but they're still 12-8. The Timberwolves are 9-10, and the Lakers have beat Minnesota this season. They have. I'm taking the Lakers to do it again. Okay, second half of a back-to-back. Sure, LeBron has kind of made it his mission to play all 82 games this year, so he should do it. AD should play. Austin Reeves did not play on Sunday against the Jazz. I'd expect him to play this game against the Timberwolves. D'Angelo Russell did not play the Jazz game. Sure, I think he'll probably play as well. Jackson Hayes is out for a while, but it's fine. Again, I think the Lakers get most of their guys back for the second half of this back-to-back, and they should be able to take care of business. And the Timberwolves, again, haven't been all that great. I know they won that Clippers game, but other than that, again, don't forget the 4-game losing streak they went on. I know they're back at home now, but still, like, lost, they lost in Toronto, lost in Boston, and then lost the 2 home games to the Rockets and to the Clippers. And so what? They beat the Clippers without Norman Powell. Guys, that team changes so much with Norman Powell in the lineup. Watching them play the Nuggets last night, again, it's just a different team because it gives James Harden a number 2. Right? Harden played every single minute of the second half yesterday against the Nuggets. And on top of that, again, you add Norman Powell shooting, who only played like 25 minutes that night, but still, it just makes Los Angeles, or that Clipper squad, so much different. I do like the Lakers to actually beat the Timberwolves here, okay? And if the Lakers don't get it done, then I will, I've been waiting on the time where I'm going to pick against the Lakers. It's coming, guys. February, yeah, that seems more like it. Friday, December 6th, in Atlanta against the Hawks. Don't love the matchup. Don't love it. But we'll consider it. We'll consider it. I don't know. But for now, give me the Lakers to win. Again, I know they barely got by the Jazz, but Austin Reeves should play. I don't know how much D'Angelo Russell he doesn't help. He doesn't help. But Austin Reeves should play this game. So we'll make the Lakers better. And again, they did beat Minnesota earlier on in the year. I know the Lakers play much better at home usually than on the road, but it's fine. I do like the Lakers to go into Minnesota and win and go to 2-0 this year over the Timberwolves. Anthony Davis hasn't been great. He was good last night against the Jazz. He needs to be great again. He had a big game over Gobert on opening night against Minnesota. We need it again for this game here on Monday night. I think it's a great spot to get plus money on the Los Angeles Lakers. So we're going to take it. Give me the Los Angeles Lakers to go to the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and pick up the victory. So we got the Lakers again in the nightcap. It's at 5, so really not a late game. But still, we're taking the Lakers plus 6.5 and plus 225 on the money line. Folks, thank y'all for watching our NBA predictions here for December 2nd. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.